Well, good morning. Not going to have an easy breezy talk with you today, except for the entertainment that the dogs give me. Hey, that's my seat. Go, move. But on the plus side, I've got nothing in my coffee. No coffee, no energy drink. It's just protein and water this morning. So I'll probably be incoherent. So it'll probably be a pretty uh, you know, scattered, in, incoherent is still good. Mess of a video today. So, but I wanted to talk about Telegram. So let me take a drink, get a little protein in me. Don't know how you start your day, but however you start your day, I hope you're enjoying it. Uh, so, like I said yesterday, there's been a lot of things going on in AI. And today, we're going to talk about something other than AI, but it's related. I'm going to talk about technology. I'll scatter a little AI while I'm in there. So, yesterday, founder of Telegram, one of the founders of Telegram, arrested in France because he did not submit to some of French authorities' requests, give them access to a lot of the data that's going through Telegram. In many ways, Telegram has distinguished itself as a highly secure means of transmitting information, digital information. Now, of course, France is saying that people using Telegram are using that ability to transmit information in a way that's um, possibly illegal. And I say possibly because they don't have direct evidence, but by you could infer that if Telegram does keep things highly secure and uh, does not allow government officials to grab its data, that, yeah, it could be used. And therefore, him not allowing them in, there could be things that they could have stopped that was illegal if he had opened it up and allowed them all this information that they needed to garner. Now, all that being said, his point of view is he wanted something that allowed you to send a message to somebody else that was not um, ever used against you, and therefore you would speak your mind, and it would be a good thing to have what we call here in the United States freedom to speak. And they're trying to get him for 20 years in jail for not helping them uh, access the information on the site. So people are saying, well, where does it stop? Or how can anybody use digital technology and keep it in such a way that they feel like they can understand it. I saw a uh, show, it must have been 2, 3 years ago, and they were explaining that in the United States, sometimes they will do it's called a quiet warrant. And what they do is they go to a technology company and say, look, you have all these files that you backed up digitally for this person. We want to read everything. We want it all. Give us all those files, but don't tell them you're doing it. And the guy pointed out that this is a little different than it was in the past, because in the past you had things in a file cabinet. So you had your files in a file cabinet, and because they were in a file cabinet, you could not get to that file cabinet unless you sent somebody and they had to give you a warrant and say, hey, I need your files out of your file cabinet. This, because it's silent and you don't have the right to stop, say, I need a warrant before you access my files. They just went straight to the company. This is the change in technology. Um, it's a interesting part of the new digital age. We've got, you'll have speakers in your home. Someday, probably I'm thinking like within the next 5 to 10 years, you're going to have a robot in your home. And all those things will record memory, record things, um, things that could be accessed uh, without your knowledge, without your access. Now, this uh, privacy, there are two kinds of people about privacy. There's those that say if you're not um, hiding something, you have nothing to fear. And there's those that say if you're not, if you have anything that could be used against you, for instance, you could be uh, telling somebody that you're concerned about a policy in government, but you haven't made it apparent that that's one of your concerns. And it could be a policy that everybody is supportive of, and they could use it to uh, put you into a, okay, sorry. I want to back things up a little bit because right now um, there's a lot of stuff that's really upsetting to people about uh, what we say, what we do. So I want to back up a little bit. In the 60s, if you were in favor of marijuana and against uh, being in a foreign war like Vietnam, uh, that could be really damaging. When I was graduating from college, I applied to the NSA and the CIA, and along with a lot of other people. I didn't take jobs. I got interviews with CIA, but I didn't take those jobs. But I was told that one of the things they would do with the NSA is they would uh, ask you with a polygraph if you ever, ever took a smoke of marijuana. And if you ever had, you were immediately disqualified. You're gone. That was their policy. So there was definitely a desire to hide information that would disqualify you from jobs, disqualify, you know, we're talking about your livelihood, the ability to make money to eat and feed. It was a little harsher back when I was graduating from school. We There was the social safety net, we call it now, was a little more undesirable. It was very small amounts of money, and uh, even food was hard to get a hold of on a regular basis. A lot of the food banks had not really established real well. There was a lot of other stuff that just hadn't gone on. So all those things, and you could be, let's say, uh, a good guy that I've listened to and read his books. You could be opposed to big government. And by saying you're opposed to big government, you might say things like, I don't, we should reduce our taxes. Those kind of statements and the ability to see anything you have in the digital age appears to be going away. And I don't see it stopping. I mean, I see, I sound like a conspiracy theorist a little bit. Oh, Glenn, they're just after the bad guys. Oh, Glenn, they're only after the big people that are making inappropriate things. And I think for the most part, is true. I think the good things in the world are outweigh the bad things. But if you look at areas where there's authoritarian rule, uh, England, France are now almost as authoritarian in some areas as Russia and China. That sounds crazy, doesn't it? But they're saying that if they can find things that you said bad about an ethnic group, and it doesn't matter when, like in the past, they might charge you in England. And this thing with France, he, he did not do anything uh, supporting illegality. He said he just didn't want to open up his treasure trove of data that he offered to people, saying it's secured, it's your data. If you want to give your data to the government, they have to come to you. I'm not going to just hand it over without you being involved the way it used to be. So, what does all this mean? What do I do? What do as everybody else does? Sometimes I just make it more difficult for people to just take things without asking. Uh, and I hope, I hope that the idea that a human being has to be made aware if somebody, especially a government, is snooping into their lives. Becomes a right. I don't think governments should not be allowed to snoop. That's part of our contract with them to keep us safe. But I also think it's the right of individuals accused to be aware when somebody is trying to get information about them, their information. You know, if they go to a friend or colleague and ask about something, that's fine. If they look up the public records, they're public records, that's fine. But to go through everything else, I don't think it's fair. I gave some money to fire organization. They actively try and support people for their freedoms, their abilities to do things, have public speech and express their opinions without impact, without losing their jobs and other stuff like that. And so I gave them some money in honor of Telegram. Don't know what else to do. I don't even use Telegram. Uh, yes, boy, you guys are happy puppies. We had a very good walk today. We had a very good. All right, so I'm sorry about the rant. Like I said, a little incoherent, strange, but I just wanted to encourage you guys to be respectful of other people's personal digital property. And I hope that we don't end up blurring the lines between humans and what they own. All right, that's all I had for right now. I will talk to you guys later, and you have a good day.